Heartland fans, get ready because everything you thought you knew is about to be turned upside down. The calm, familiar rhythm of life at Heartland Ranch is about to be shaken by a twist so profound it will send emotional shockwaves through every fence post and family bond. Amy Fleming, the heart and soul of this story, the woman who has endured unimaginable loss and found strength in the face of sorrow, is standing at a life-altering crossroads. A pregnancy, unexpected, powerful, and filled with questions no one ever thought she'd have to answer. But this isn't just any pregnancy. This is a revelation that reopens old wounds and awakens new possibilities. A whisper from the past, could it be Ty's child? A piece of the love she thought was lost forever? Or is it a sign of something new, a baby that symbolizes healing, hope, and a future with Nathan, the man who has slowly helped her believe in love again? As memories of Ty resurface and Amy's bond with Nathan deepens, emotions run wild, not only for Amy, but for everyone around her. Jack, Lisa, Lou, Lily each must confront their own truths as the past and present collide in the most unexpected way. And at the center of it all is one burning question: who truly holds Amy's heart? And more importantly, who will stand beside her in the next chapter of her journey, one filled with love, loss, second chances, and the promise of new beginnings? This is more than a storyline. It's a reckoning. It's a test of loyalty, legacy, and love that will shake the very roots of Heartland. So buckle up, because this season isn't just emotional, it's transformational. The journey ahead is raw, real, and deeply human. And trust us, you won't want to miss a single moment. Because what's coming next won't just redefine Amy Fleming's future, it will forever reshape the story of Heartland as we know it. A shocking revelation sends ripples through Amy's life, a surprise pregnancy that shatters the calm she's fought so hard to maintain. And with that revelation comes the burning question on every fan's mind: who is the father? Could it be Ty, the man who was her soulmate, her first love, the one who left an indelible mark on her heart, whose spirit still echoes through every corner of Heartland? Or is it Nathan, the steady, kind-hearted man who has been her unwavering rock during the darkest of times, offering her a chance to rebuild, a hope for a future that seems to call to her in ways she never expected? For years, Amy has been the soul of Heartland, the heart that holds the family together, even when her own heart has been breaking. She's carried the weight of the world on her shoulders, tending to everyone's needs while silently nursing her own wounds. But now, everything has changed. She's forced to pause, to look inward, and to confront emotions she thought she'd buried deep within. The past with Ty, the memories, the love, the dreams they built together. The present with Nathan, the tenderness, the slow but undeniable growth of something new, something real. Her hopes for her daughter, Lindy, her future as a mother and a woman. And the new life growing inside her, threatening to change everything. The convergence of these powerful forces will lead Amy down an uncertain path, one that she never imagined having to walk. Will this pregnancy be the catalyst for her full healing? The chance for a new chapter in her life? Or will it bring everything to the surface, the unresolved grief, the painful truths, the hard choices that have been lurking just beneath the surface? In this one pivotal moment, Amy's world is about to be turned upside down. But this isn't just Amy's story. It's the story of everyone at Heartland. Jack, with his weathered wisdom, who has always known how to hold the family together through every storm. Lisa, his unwavering partner, whose grace and strength have been a constant. Lou, Tim, Georgie, and even little Lindy, each one of them will be drawn into the emotional aftermath of this revelation. The ranch, which has always been a place of safety, of tradition, of comfort, is now a backdrop for one of the most emotionally charged seasons the show has ever known. Every corner of Heartland will be touched by this unexpected twist, each person forced to grapple with their own emotions, their own truths, and their own futures. This is the story of second chances, of hidden truths that can no longer stay buried, and of the powerful bond of family that can survive even the most unexpected of storms. Heartland is about to take us on a journey that will challenge us, move us, and leave us forever changed. One thing is certain, nothing will ever be the same again. Amy's relationship with Ty was always complicated, a love built on deep connection, but also marked by pain, loss, and an untimely separation. His passing left a hole in her heart that time has not fully healed. Ty wasn't just a husband, he was her rock, her confidant, the father of her beloved daughter, Lindy. His absence has left an aching void in Amy's life, a constant reminder of the dreams they never got to fulfill together. Moving forward has never been simple. Then there's Nathan, a quiet, steady presence who has entered her life like a calm, reassuring force. He didn't come to replace Ty, to erase the memories, or to pretend like the past never happened. What Nathan offers is something entirely different, a chance to heal, to start anew, to embrace a love that doesn't erase the old wounds but gently walks alongside them. His understanding, his patience, and his quiet devotion have given Amy the strength to confront her grief, to begin to heal in ways she didn't think were possible. Their bond has grown into something real, grounded in shared moments of care, of tenderness, and of quiet affection. Through Nathan, Amy is learning to love again, not in the way she loved Ty, but in a way that honors both the past and the future. The emotional journey that lies ahead for Amy, for Heartland, and for everyone she holds dear will be a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, the power of love, and the unbreakable strength of family. This season promises to deliver some of the most heart-wrenching, soul-stirring moments that will leave fans reeling and yearning for more. But with the shocking news of Amy's pregnancy, that delicate balance begins to unravel. Suddenly, nothing is simple. Is the child Ty's a final connection to a love that once defined her entire world? Or is it Nathan's the beginning of a new story, filled with possibility and hope? The question alone sends Amy spiraling into a storm of emotion. Her heart, still tethered to the memory of Ty, is now being pulled in a new direction by Nathan's steady presence. She finds herself trapped between two powerful forces, the past that built her and the future that beckons her. Ty represents the eternal and irreplaceable love that shaped her soul. Nathan offers the unknown, a quiet promise of healing, stability, and maybe even happiness. But this pregnancy makes everything complicated. It's not just about the child. It's about identity. It's about love. It's about the life Amy wants to live moving forward. As Amy tries to process this life-changing news, the emotional weight is crushing. This baby will forever link her to one of these men. And with that connection comes responsibility, consequence, and emotional reckoning. For Amy, motherhood isn't new, but the circumstances surrounding this pregnancy feel like unfamiliar territory. She's no longer the same woman she was when she had Lindy. She's stronger, more guarded, yet more vulnerable than ever. The fear of making the wrong choice, of hurting someone she loves, of tearing apart what little stability she's regained looms over her like a storm cloud. And the truth? She knows she can't keep it hidden for long. Sooner or later, she'll have to face both Ty's memory and Nathan's expectations. Will Nathan be the man to stand by her side through this storm? Or will this revelation push him away? Will Ty's lingering presence continue to hold sway over her heart, even from beyond? Every interaction is now charged with meaning. Every silence is filled with questions. Every glance, every word, every decision feels monumental. And as the story unfolds, one thing becomes painfully clear: Heartland will never be the same. Amy's pregnancy doesn't just change her life, it reshapes the emotional landscape of the entire ranch. Her journey forward is uncertain, her heart divided, and her future hanging in the balance. Fans will be drawn into every moment, every tear, and every heartfelt choice. Because this is no longer just about the past or the future, it's about the battle within Amy herself and the legacy she's about to create. Can she hold on to the life she's built at Heartland? Or will this pregnancy lead her down a path she never imagined? And most importantly, who will stand by her side through this emotional journey? Will it be Ty, Nathan, or perhaps both? As the story unfolds, the stakes rise higher and the emotional toll on Amy continues to grow. She must navigate the complexities of love, loss, and her future, all while carrying the weight of a new life inside her. The question of paternity may seem paramount, but Amy's true challenge is understanding what this pregnancy means for her heart and her future. The most pressing question of Heartland Season 19 looms large. Who is the father of Amy's child? This isn't just about uncovering paternity, it's about the emotional stakes, the relationships, and the choices Amy will be forced to make in the coming episodes. With Ty and Nathan as the possible fathers, the answer carries more weight than anyone can imagine. The news has profound implications for Amy's journey. Ty Borden wasn't just Amy's first love. He was the cornerstone of her world, her unwavering protector, and her steadfast partner through every challenge life threw their way. From their teenage years to the shared milestones of adulthood, Ty and Amy's connection grew stronger with every obstacle, solidified by resilience and an unbreakable devotion. They weren't just a couple, they were a team. Together, they healed the most broken of horses, built a family filled with love, and transformed Heartland into a sanctuary of second chances, a place where healing was possible for both animals and people. Ty wasn't merely her husband, he was her safe haven, the father of their beautiful daughter Lindy, and the man who gave her hope for forever. But forever was cruelly stolen from them. Ty's untimely death fractured everything in Amy's life, leaving behind a silence so profound that it echoed through her days and nights. No amount of time could soothe the wound his loss left in her heart. The grief that followed was overwhelming, an all-encompassing storm that threatened to consume her. Yet despite the agony, Amy found a strength she never knew she had. She pressed on, not just for herself, but for Lindy, for the family, and in honor of the love she thought was gone forever. And now, as Amy faces the shocking possibility that she's carrying Ty's child, she is once again confronted by the haunting question of what if, a question that brings her face to face with a life that could have been. If this baby is Ty's, it is more than just a child. It represents the final, precious piece of him, a living thread that ties the past to the present. It's a symbol of a love that even death couldn't extinguish. But for Amy, it's also a heartbreaking reminder of everything they lost, the future they dreamed of, the life they were supposed to have, growing old together, raising children side by side, and watching their love evolve over the years. This pregnancy could be a miracle, or it could be the wound that refuses to heal, reopening scars she's worked so hard to close. And then, standing in the eye of this emotional storm, is Nathan. Nathan didn't come into Amy's life to replace T. He came to stand alongside her as she began the quiet, painful process of rebuilding. He didn't offer grand gestures or empty promises. Instead, he gave her something far rarer: consistency. His love is steady, gentle, and real. It doesn't erase Ty's memory, it honors it. In doing so, Nathan has offered Amy something she never thought she'd find again: the possibility of a new beginning. With Nathan, the future feels open, untethered from the sorrow of the past. He embodies healing, hope, and a kind of love born from peace and patience, not from the intensity of passion and grief that Ty's love was built on. If the baby is Nathan's, it represents a profound turning point for Amy, a chance for her to step out from the shadow of the past and into the light of a future she never thought she'd have. But letting go of the past is never easy, especially when your heart is still stitched to the memory of the man you lost. As Amy's feelings for Nathan deepen, so does her fear of betraying Ty's memory. How can she fully embrace a future with Nathan when part of her heart will always belong to Ty? This pregnancy isn't simply about determining the father. It's about Amy standing at a crossroads in her life, a moment where she must choose not just between two men, but between two versions of herself. Ty and Nathan represent very different paths, one steeped in love, loss, and bittersweet memories, the other in healing, hope, and the promise of something new. Choosing one path means embracing a version of herself she hasn't yet fully imagined. And the ripples of this choice will reach far beyond Amy. Ty's family, especially his mother Lily, has remained a constant presence in Amy's life. Since Ty's passing, Lily has been a quiet source of strength, a grandmother to Lindy, a friend to Amy, and a grieving mother who still carries her son in every breath. The news of Amy's pregnancy will strike Lily deep in her heart. If the baby is Ty's, Lily may experience a joy unlike anything she's felt since losing her son, a precious, unexpected gift that brings her son's legacy back to life in the form of his child. But that joy will be tempered by the grief of what could have been the milestones Ty should have experienced, the life he should have lived. For Lily, this child could be both a miracle and a heartbreaking reminder of the future they all lost. But if the baby is Nathan's, the situation becomes even more complicated. Could Lily feel replaced? Forgotten? Or will she rise to the challenge, finding the strength to support Amy as she moves forward into a new chapter, even if it means letting go of the last living connection to her son's future? One thing is certain, this pregnancy changes everything. It forces Amy to confront her deepest fears, her most painful memories, and a future she never dared to imagine. It challenges every relationship she holds dear, every truth she thought she knew about herself, and the very core of the life she thought she had. No matter what the outcome, Amy's journey will never be the same. And as the story unfolds, fans will be pulled deeper into the emotional heart of Heartland, a place where love never dies, but healing sometimes comes in the most unexpected of ways. However, if the baby is Nathan's, it might cause tension. While she respects Nathan, the idea of Amy moving on with another man may be hard for her to accept. The identity of the father is more than just a plot point. It's a reflection of Amy's heart and her journey from past to future. As this revelation unfolds, it will shape the direction of Amy's life and the lives of those around her. Whether the father is Ty or Nathan, Amy's pregnancy will irrevocably alter the dynamics of Heartland. Lily may struggle to accept that Amy is starting a new life with Nathan, while Ty's memory still looms large. This could create tension as both women navigate the complexities of Amy's evolving reality. Tim, Ty's father, adds another layer to the emotional equation. His relationship with Amy has been complex, especially early on. He never fully understood the bond between Amy and Ty, and their interactions were often fraught with tension. Over time, however, Tim has come to accept Amy as family and has even become close to Lindy, embracing his role as a grandfather. Tim's reaction to the pregnancy will be telling. If the baby is Ty's, Tim might feel a bittersweet sense of joy, a reminder of his son bringing some comfort amidst the loss. Grief, however, could also bring painful memories of Ty's death back to the surface. If the baby is Nathan's, Tim may struggle with the idea of Amy moving on so completely. Having witnessed the depth of her grief after Ty's death, the thought of her having a child with Nathan might be hard for him to accept. He could see it as a betrayal or feel conflicted, torn between honoring Ty's memory and accepting Amy's new reality. This internal conflict could add significant emotional complexity to the story. For Lindy, the news of her mother's pregnancy will be a big adjustment. Having only known Ty and Amy as her parents, the idea of a new sibling, especially with an uncertain father, will likely create confusion. If the baby is Ty's, Lindy might feel a connection to her late father, but also face the changing dynamics of her family. If the baby is Nathan's, Lindy might struggle to understand why her mother is moving on, particularly if she hasn't fully processed Ty's death. Amy will have to help Lindy navigate these emotions with love, honesty, and care. Emotions will run high, making it a challenging task. The reactions from Ty's family will heavily influence how Amy approaches her pregnancy. As the story unfolds, we'll see how these family dynamics evolve and how Amy's struggle between the past and the future plays out. Will Ty's family support her as she embraces this new chapter, or will their own grief and struggles overshadow that support? Regardless of the outcome, one thing is certain: this pregnancy is a turning point that will force everyone to confront their emotions, relationships, and the legacy of Ty Borden. Amy's journey through this unexpected pregnancy is about far more than the identity of the father. It's about her inner struggle and growth as a woman who has already endured immense pain from the loss of her husband. The news of the pregnancy shakes her to her core. It's not just about preparing for a new baby, it's about reconciling with the ghosts of her past, her grief, and her hopes for the future. Amy's internal turmoil will be one of the central emotional arcs of this season, shaping not only her future, but also the futures of those around her. As she navigates this emotional journey, viewers will see her confront her grief, guilt, and the possibility of new happiness, making decisions that will define her path forward. Amy's pregnancy brings both emotional and physical challenges, requiring her to move through this transformative time carefully. Her feelings toward Nathan are complicated by the uncertainty surrounding the pregnancy. If the child is Nathan's, there's an opportunity to move forward as a family. However, Amy fears what that might mean for her emotional connection to Ty. Her ongoing grief creates an internal conflict. The idea of having a child with Nathan forces her to reconcile her loyalty to Ty with her new relationship. While she deeply cares for Nathan and values their bond, a part of her questions whether she's truly ready to start a new family with him. Having spent so much time mourning Ty's loss, this pregnancy tests her readiness to let go of the past. For Amy, the pregnancy becomes a test of her heart. Does she have room in it for Nathan in this new chapter? Or will her memories of Ty overshadow her potential for happiness with someone else? Nathan, too, is likely to experience moments of doubt and confusion. While the thought of becoming a father might bring him joy, he may also wonder if Amy is fully ready for this level of commitment. Nathan knows that Amy's heart remains deeply tied to Ty, and he might feel insecure about the place he holds in her life. Does Amy see him as her partner or merely as someone helping her cope with Ty's absence? The delicate dynamic between Amy and Nathan is put to the test, forcing both of them to ask difficult questions about their future. Do they want the same things? Are they emotionally prepared to face the challenges ahead? A central question for viewers is whether Amy will remain at Heartland or leave as she confronts the realities of motherhood and the uncertainty surrounding the child's paternity. Amy might begin to reconsider her life on the ranch. The emotional weight of the pregnancy, combined with the complexities of her relationships, could lead her to question whether Heartland can continue to be her home. The decision to stay or leave isn't an easy one, especially since so much of Amy's identity is tied to the ranch and her loved ones. However, this pregnancy may push her to make choices that align with her emotional growth and aspirations for the future. Amy's journey could hinge on how she manages the new responsibilities that come with motherhood. Raising a child under such complicated circumstances may force her to rethink her priorities. Will she continue to run Heartland? Or will her role evolve as she takes on the responsibilities of being a mother again? Amy's pregnancy isn't just a turning point for her. It also speaks to the future of Heartland and the legacy she wants to leave behind. As a mother to Lindy and potentially another child, Amy may feel a renewed sense of urgency to secure the ranch's future for the next generation. She could be motivated to create a legacy that not only honors Ty, but also reflects her own growth and the values she holds dear. This pregnancy will deeply affect Lindy as well. The mother-daughter bond has always been central to the story, and now Lindy faces the challenge of adjusting to the idea of a new sibling. How will this change affect her relationship with Amy and the rest of the family? Lindy, who has already experienced the pain of losing her father, might feel both excitement and confusion about the prospect of a new addition to the family. As they navigate this transition, Lindy's development will parallel Amy's own journey toward embracing the future. The ripple effect of Amy's pregnancy will extend beyond her immediate family to the larger community. Heartland community, the ranch has always been more than just a home. It's a place where relationships are formed and lives intertwine. Jack, Lisa, Ty's parents, and the rest of the Heartland family will all be impacted by this new chapter in Amy's life. Jack, as a grandfather, will find his role tested in new ways. He may have concerns about the future of Heartland and whether Amy is prepared to carry on Ty's legacy. Meanwhile, Lisa, who has always been a pillar of support, may struggle with the arrival of a new baby while still processing the loss of Ty. Each character's response to the pregnancy will vary, but all will be shaped by the profound changes it brings to Amy's life. On a larger scale, this pregnancy introduces new opportunities for storytelling within the Heartland universe. The arrival of a baby could bring fresh dynamics, whether through evolving relationships, the ranch's future, or the introduction of new characters. The challenges of running a family-operated ranch will continue to evolve, and Amy, along with the entire Heartland family, will need to adapt to this next chapter in their lives. While the pregnancy is a deeply personal journey for Amy, it also marks a pivotal moment for the show's legacy. For longtime viewers, it's a reminder that Heartland is not only about family, love, and healing, but also about life's inevitable changes. Amy's pregnancy will serve as a catalyst for personal growth and transformation, not just for her, but for everyone in her orbit. It sets the stage for a new chapter in the Heartland story, one filled with joy, challenges, and a renewed sense of family. As the season progresses, Amy's pregnancy promises to be a defining moment that will transform not only her personal journey, but the very fabric of Heartland itself. This new chapter in her life is much more than a mere plot point. It's a powerful intersection of past, present, and future, an emotional crossroads that will challenge her in ways she never anticipated. For fans who have been with Amy through every high and low, every moment of love, loss, and personal growth, this pregnancy marks both a poignant ending and a hopeful new beginning. It's a chance to honor the memory of what was lost, while daring to embrace the infinite possibilities that lie ahead. The decisions Amy faces will shape her future, but they won't just affect her, they will ripple out, touching the lives of everyone she loves and holds dear. From her daughter Lindy, who represents both the past and the future, to Nathan, Jack, and the entire Heartland family, every choice Amy makes carries weight. Viewers will witness the raw power of love and resilience, themes that have been the heart of Heartland since the very beginning. Through joy, heartbreak, and unexpected twists, we'll see that life's most profound rewards often emerge from its most challenging trials. As this transformative chapter unfolds, Heartland reminds us all of a simple yet profound truth. Family is not just defined by where we come from, but by where we grow. Whether Amy remains on the ranch, carrying forward the legacy of the land and the people who raised her, or steps into a new uncharted future, one thing is undeniable: the story of Heartland will continue to thrive, deeply rooted in love, resilience, and the unbreakable bonds that have always held this family together. In a quiet moment, as Amy stood on the porch of Heartland, the golden hues of the setting sun bathed the ranch in a soft, warm glow. She felt the peace of the land beneath her feet and the stillness that now filled her heart. The path to this moment had been long and arduous, filled with profound grief, uncertainty, and battles of the spirit, but through every challenge, Amy had discovered an inner strength she never knew she had. With Lindy by her side, her small hand tightly clutching Amy's, and Nathan standing a few steps behind, there was an unspoken understanding that this moment was one of profound transformation. Amy's heart had learned to make space for both the memories of her past Ty's love and the life they had built and the bright hope for the future she was now beginning to shape. Ty's love would always remain her foundation, the bedrock upon which she built her life. But in this moment, Amy was ready to take the next step toward a new chapter, one full of love, family, and the endless promise of new beginnings. The wind whispered gently through the trees, carrying the scent of the land she had always known, as the horses grazed peacefully in the distance. Amy's gaze stretched out over the rolling hills of Heartland, this place that had seen her triumphs and heartbreaks, that had witnessed her deepest sorrows and greatest joys. And now, it was about to witness something new, a future she had never imagined but was slowly learning to embrace. No matter what the future held, one thing was clear: Amy was no longer walking this path alone. Surrounded by the love and support of those who had been her pillars through the darkest of times, and grounded by the land that had always nurtured her spirit, she was ready. One hand rested gently on her growing belly, the other holding tightly to the legacy of those who had come before her. A smile spread across her face, a quiet acceptance of the uncertainty ahead, knowing that in every challenge there is strength and in every uncertainty there is hope. This was just the beginning of a new chapter, and Amy was prepared to embrace whatever came next. Because Heartland has never just been a ranch. It's been a symbol of resilience, healing, and the unbreakable bonds that hold a family together through it all. And now, more than ever, that spirit lives on in Amy and in the story that's still being written. To each of you watching, thank you for joining this journey. Your love, support, and connection to Heartland is what keeps this story alive. You are part of this legacy. So stay with us, because the most powerful chapters are still to come. Until next time, take care of your heart, hold your family close, and never stop believing in second chances.